Okay, hello, I am Mrs. Rhea. I am your grade 9 maths teacher, as you all know. In today's lesson, we are going to look at word problems on multiplication and division of fractions. We will be looking at the keywords that indicate when to multiply and when to divide. Let's start with the first example. Okay. Listen very carefully when I go through the example, so at least you identify the words that I am going to use in this word problem. Okay, let's start with the first example. Joe has a 6-hectare block of land and he gives 1/3 of it to his son. Now, how much of the block of land was given to his son? Okay, when we are multiplying fractions, the word of automatically changes to a multiplication sign in mathematics. Now, we have 1/3 of it, which was given to his son. So we have 1/3 of 6. That will be equal to 1/3 times 6, and that is equal to 6 times 1 is 6 over 3 times 1 is 3. Oops. This doesn't look good. Okay. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So, how much of the land was given to his son? That's 2 hectares of his land was given to his son. Now, let's look at the next example. Okay. Our favorite friend Mary, I'm going to use Mary. I think Mary is the name that I love, so I'll use Mary. Okay, Mary goes to the supermarket and she buys 3/4 kilograms of meat. She shares it with her friends into 1/8 kilogram. Now, how much was given to the friends? Let's start with 4/5. So we have 3/4 of meat, which was divided into 1/8. Okay. When we are dividing fractions, we always change the division sign to a multiplication sign. And then we multiply by the reciprocal of the divisor, or we say the inverse of the divisor. So I have 3/4 times 8/1. Okay? 3 times 8 is 24 over 4 times 1 is 4. Now, we have 6 portions. So, when 3/4 was divided into 1/8 kilograms, 6 people were given the meat that she bought from the supermarket. Okay, now let's go to our next example. Okay, Betty is a tailor and she sews garments. Now, she has 1 3/5 meters of material and she wants to make shorts out of it. And each short requires 2/5 meters. Now, how many shorts are going to be made from 1 3/5 of material? So, when it says how many shorts are going to made from, then that means we are going to divide. Okay, so we have 1 3/5 divided by 2/5. Okay, 1 3/5 is the amount of meters of material that she has, and 2/5 is the amount that is required to make a pair of shorts. Now, our question is, how many shorts are going to be made from 1 3/4? Now, when we are dividing fractions with mixed numbers, what we do is we change the mixed number to improper fraction and we change the division sign to multiplication sign and we multiply by the reciprocal of the divisor. So that's basically what we are going to do. We have 1 and 3/5. We multiply the whole number by the denominator and we add the numerator. So we have 5 times 1 plus 3 is 8 on 5 times the reciprocal of the divisor 2/5 is 5 on 2. So that gives us 8 times 5, 40 over 5 times 2, 10. That gives us 4. Therefore, 4 pairs of trousers were made or shorts were made from 1 and 3/5 meters of material. Okay, that brings us to the end of our lesson on fractions of multiplication and division of fractions. Now, the keywords that we look for when we are multiplying fractions, the word of changes to multiplication sign. For division, divide are the words that indicate to us that we are going to divide. How many of a certain thing are made from? That also indicates to us that we are going to multiply. Now that brings us to the end of our lesson. In our next lesson now, we are going to look at decimals. We are now done with fractions. No more fractions. We are going to start on decimals, and that is addition, subtraction, and multiplication of decimals. Thank you.